Hey everyone, so I just wanted to share my findings with just looking at replacement axle stuff for the GTR. I was really just replacing all my boots and everything else, and I was like, hey, you know, actually I know that they make a aftermarket version of this. This is a Febest 0211 WD21, and this unit here is 0210 051 A46. I'll listen in the description. Really just, you know, I was building my other set and I have all OEM parts used, but when I stumbled across this, I was like, well, shit, how can I find aftermarket just everything? And, you know, I'm not one to use like China parts because really, I mean, essentially that's what this is. But you know, if someone wants to make an economy set, you're not racing, you're not doing whatever, well, shit, you know, why not? So just wanted to share a couple of things and then just assemble these and essentially build an economy set and just see how they do. First thing is this unit. I think this is a very common unit. It's actually on other cars. So it is identical through and through. Everything is identical. The only difference is the bore. So this gear is actually a lot bigger than this. So if we just compare the two, we can tell the profile is a little bit different. So if you switch over from OEM to this aftermarket, you are not using any of the OEM parts with this. My only complaint about this is it doesn't come with the cover. So if you reassemble, you're not going to have a cover for this. However, you get the boot, you get all the clamps. Even on this side, you get, you know, actually this, you get the boot, you get grease, you even get the nut, which, you know, on the OEM one, you actually have to buy everything, right? I had to buy the whole kit. I had to buy another axle nut. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm anal. I got a new nut, a new spacer. There's all this other shit. So, you know, really why I wanted to do this was because I had another unit and this one was actually gouged up. And I was like, well, shit, there's metal flaking here. So this is completely destroyed. And, you know, how do I replace just the one without going OEM? Because you had to buy the whole axle. So the biggest thing is with this unit, the aftermarket unit, is just a little stockier in length. It's just a little bit longer. And actually, when I measure from here, essentially to just this divot here, I actually find that using the aftermarket one, it is about 3 millimeters longer. So fully seated from this here, this flat surface to here is 119 millimeters, whereas this is only from here to here is only 116 millimeters. So not sure if that difference is really going to make or break, since there's a lot of play on this side with the triple gear and the housing on this end. So I think we'll be okay, but I'm going to assemble this and see if this works. So wish me luck. Okay, so redo. So after this is essentially on, I'm going to make sure that this is seated properly and going to persuade this to go in. And once it's persuaded, okay, she's in there. I forgot this side is actually slightly bigger. I don't know if this really works or not. You know, the idea makes sense, but I just bought a shit ton of WD-40 straws. I think it's like 50 of them or something for, I mean, nothing at all. I mean, it didn't cost me anything. It was like less than 10 bucks or something. But the idea is to use these for venting tubes when the oil expands. I don't know if it's true or not, but small thing, small price to pay for potentially a huge benefit. So anyhow, I'll be using these on the inners just to let them breathe a little. All right, and I'm just gonna roll with the punches with these ones. I have my own, but I'm gonna use the metal clamps that they provided. They're not terrible. I mean, they don't look terrible. Round side, down. It just fits so easily. It's so good. Oh, motherfucker. Making sure it's seated. Yep, good. Now that it's seated, just gonna bring this up. Okay, I'm actually not gonna put this in because I don't have this cover, so I'm gonna order that afterwards, and then we will finish the assembly. All right, so it's been a few days. I'm waiting for this cap to come in. Since I don't have this, instead of just waiting for it, I'm going to just build the other axle. So something to note, when you get the Febest kit for this piece, you'll get everything, all the rubber, all the everything, but you don't get this cap. So you'll have to reuse your old one or buy another one. I elected to buy another one, but it's gonna be a while. I've got it from Amayama because it was like a third of the price, and I'm in no hurry to build this. And it was, so just something to think about. I think it was like 15 bucks or something. I shouldn't have thrown my old one away because it was still in usable condition, but I didn't think about it. This piece here, and I know it's installed backwards, this came from Japan, and it took almost 3-4 months due to COVID. So, you know, I just essentially had this out for way too long. It's just been annoying. And even the part that came in, I would say for the Febest part, this just did not sit back easy. And I try to even taper the edge and put it in. So I end up just hammering it this way because then I could peel these back. I could, you know, make sure that this is solid. It's going to go inside the other piece anyway. So I don't think it'll ever leak. It should be fine. Either way, this is the last piece of the axle. I'll put the clamp on and wrap this up, call this puppy good. So building this new axle, what we're going to do is use the rest of the economy parts. So I'll just cut back to this afterwards. But essentially the outer CV and just the inner boot. So the one thing that you will not be able to get is you will not be able to replace this. This does not exist. So all we're doing is we're making sure that this was good to go. It was reusable. I ultrasonic cleanered it, and I just spray painted it silver. So unlike the other premium set that I did, I sandblasted it, did like a nice enamel paint. This is just kind of like a quick cheapo whatever. So but you have the boot, you have all of the ties. So and for this, same thing, you have the entire joint. Everything is here. So this will be easy to assemble. The only difference is I want to use this grease versus the grease that they provide. It's because I'm not a fan of their grease. So personal preference, but you can use the grease that they provide. Okay, so I'm gonna do this CV side first. Actually, I'm just gonna do it the other way. So this clip, this kit does come with a ring for this here, and the ties, the zip ties or whatever. How shitty. All right. So with the two that they're providing, I just want to make sure which one is going to fit in here snugly. Like this one's a little bit fatter. So actually, I think this will still fit just fine. This one's a little on the thinner side. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to use the smaller one of the two. Okay, so it's going to be on nice and loose like that. I'll make sure to get it ready. Just pinch it together and hammer it in. Just a nice love tap. Wonderful. What I try to do, I don't know if it matters, I just try to not to get a bunch of air in there, but I'm gonna put a straw in anyways, so I don't think it'll matter. But get here, bottom this out, so do a little bit of cleaning.